Principles of sports nutrition. Superfoods are like superheroes. They have superpowers, and when you consume superfoods on a regular basis, the powers of the food are incorporated into our cells and tissues, so we can greatly benefit by consuming foods that are fresh and raw and whole and organic and from nature. Now, we evolved over time through evolution and natural selection, and during this process, mankind and humanity consumed nothing except fresh, raw, whole food, primarily hunted wild game, roots and vegetables and nuts. We were hunting, gathering for millions of years, and agriculture came just recently on the timeline, chronologically speaking. Many people do not do well with grains and dairy products, but part of that problem is that they're refined and altered and modified chemically. Looking at the slide, we can see 5 examples of what I would consider to be superfoods. First, we've got almonds, the king of the nut, alkaline forming, high in calcium. This is one of the few nuts that can be consumed on a regular basis, and by alkaline I mean pH. Most nuts are acidic and acidify the blood. This is the rare exception of almonds, and they've got nucleic acids which help rejuvenate the cells and prolong their active life. As a whole natural food with intrinsic power, garlic is second to none. I like to consume raw garlic on a daily basis. I like to grind it and add it to my salad dressing or use it in dips. And of course, garlic is antimicrobial and it has antibacterial properties. And if you consume it on a daily basis, you are definitely less likely to become infected from anything. That's why it's known as Russian penicillin. Of course, garlic is also well known to natural health practitioners for the treatment of cancer and especially heart disease. It's an anticoagulant, and when it's in your blood, it helps modify blood fat transport and has a really extraordinary effect on vascular health. Papaya is an amazing tropical fruit. It is rich in antioxidants. You can grind the seeds up. When you add it to shakes or use it like Tracy does to make her papaya seed dressing, of course, papaya has papain, the proteolytic enzyme. That's why we add papaya and pineapple, which has bromelain, a similar proteolytic enzyme. Those two fruits go into the shakes raw. They help break down the whey protein isolate, the peptides, or the hemp, the various proteins that you use. By mixing those proteins, even chicken and fish and various animal tissue proteins will break down and disassemble more effectively, more efficiently when they're mixed with raw papaya and raw pineapple. Kale is actually a form of cabbage. It's a member of the Brassica family, and because it's high in chlorophyll, it is rich in magnesium and alkaline forming. It has chloroplasts, which absorb photons of light from the sun, and when we consume kale and other green leafy plants, that light energy is transferred into our blood. So this is a great tissue builder, rich in elements, rich in antioxidants. It's great to steam and to combine with a tissue protein and maybe some brown rice or some yams. So it's a nice balancing act. Adding green plants to your diet is essential. And finally, lemons. The lemon. This is a high pH in favor of alkalinity. Squeeze it fresh and raw. Add it to distilled drinking water, filtered water. Do that every morning. It's a great cleanser, great detoxifier. We make dressings out of it and dips. It's an essential component to our daily diet. Lemons, limes, and all the citrus fruits are wonderful to consume as fresh juices, which we do every morning. So although we are truly surrounded by the enemy in terms of refined, processed, dead, sterile food, There is plenty of good whole food. You have to use your brain. You have to look for the good stuff. You have to know what the good stuff is, and you have to know why it's important to consume it. I think that most people underestimate the power of food. They don't realize that they are building themselves out of it and at the same time depleting themselves and deconstructing themselves by not consuming enough of it. Put your faith in whole food and of course combine that with exercise training. Bridge the gap with the education of your mind and you will build the best defense that's humanly possible to resist pathogenic disease, to resist the crumbling of the pyramids. This is why we do what we do.